Hi, everyone. And on Sunday, the 16th of August at 11 a.m., our master class will be about how to attract a relationship. And leading our session will be Matt Corey, who's a life coach and a transformational coach. So, Corey, I hear transformational coach a lot. What does it mean exactly?
Well, Nadia, basically, life and transformation. Essentially, I work on sort of different areas within life. Transformation is actually what they, in terms of my clients, are hoping to reach in some cases. For some, it could be just about sort of adjusting, coping with, managing. But for others, it's about reaching their purpose and reaching their sort of life dreams. And they could be in a place where they think that, you know what, I can't do this. And there might be blocks, things that I call sort of seen and unseen. Things like when I talk about seen and unseen, meaning seen is conscious and unseen, which is unconscious. And because our minds are subconscious and conscious, they are actually 90 to 95% subconscious. So as a result, the things that we've kind of experienced between sort of 0 to 8, what happens is that these are things that maybe are not that apparent to us. However, these are the memories that have influenced us in terms of the 80% of our subconscious is basically sitting there in our sort of, which I call a kind of our Amazon warehouse of memories. So our subconscious is there, and things that how we react today. So if we're angry, but you know what, I don't know why I'm angry, or I'm frustrated, or I'm not worthy, or I'm not good enough, or they might even feel shame. And in reality, it's about stuff that doesn't necessarily, hasn't happened necessarily now, but it's happened in the past. And then certain people, i.e. relationships, can trigger certain things. And hence things like that come out and you're wondering, hey, I love her, or for you, it's like, I love this guy, or whatever. And it's like, how come this is happening? Well, it's happening because there's stuff that you both have that have been triggered in the relationship. So in terms of attracting a relationship, I don't want to go too far in terms of the question, but you're talking about life and transformation. So for a lot of people, it's about certain areas within their life. And it's not just about little changes, but it's about reaching a certain transformation for themselves.
Okay, that's interesting. So, how about people like me? Oh, I'm really happy in my life. I have lots of friends. Everything's going
Great.
great. At the same time, I kind of think, well, I'm single and I've been single a long time. So, what's wrong with me?
Well, you see that it comes from, it depends on how you view it as well, because the most important thing is how you interpret this. So I work with a lot of people in terms of their beliefs. So if they believe a certain thing, so if you're saying to yourself, and the three areas that we're going to be looking at is, of course, the speech, in terms of the speech that we are saying to ourselves, externally and internally. So our thoughts, which is the language of our brain, and our feelings, which is the language of our heart. So it's these three things that basically run our lives. So when you're saying to yourself, what's wrong with me, and whoever else is saying that potentially, and you might say, Matt, I'm just saying that. I don't really mean it. I don't have anything wrong with me. And that's great if that's the case. But if you're saying it and you potentially mean it, then it's about, well, how come am I saying this? What is it? Because then you're putting yourself in a position where you think that there's something potentially wrong, and there may not be something wrong. But if there is, you're almost kind of self-fulfilling prophecy in a way. You're actually putting yourself out there that there is. And there might be something that you might want to work on potentially. And as I mentioned before, for some people, it could be resentment, it could be anger, it could be frustration, it could be shame, it could be, again, not worthy, not good enough. In terms of that sort of really crucial period between that sort of prenatal years, in terms of what's happening to the child in the womb, and also up to 8 years old, one of the things that we also want, and we look up to these people and our parents, where we are so dependent on them in terms of two main things, is that we want to be told that we are loved, and we want to know that they're proud of us. And at times when our stuff hasn't been looked at, or even some of our issues have been cleared, it's a bit of a barrier or a block to find that relationship. So going back to our topic tomorrow, it is about ideally, clearing the stuff that we have before we go out and find that relationship. But equally, it does come from within. So if we are if we are vibrating in a certain way of how we are feeling, that is so it's going from here and it's going out there. And you might say, oh, I want this really loving, caring, handsome, man, in your case, that I want him to be in my life. Then you need to also ask yourself, are you, or anyone else, are you loving, caring, and in your case, beautiful, very attractive? Do you feel that way about yourself? And when someone says actually no, but then you're out there looking for that, well, then it's about saying, I do love myself. I do think of myself as being loving and caring. And if I don't, then what can I do to become that?
Yeah. All starts within yourself. So what else will you be talking about tomorrow?
Well, it is, these things are basically, it's a combination of psychology and counseling and even coaching, but it's also about it being around science. So it's not something that, it's quite new in terms of when we talk about attraction and manifestation. These are concepts that, yes, they've existed for many, many years, maybe hundreds of years. It even goes back to scripture. But it's also about how now science and things like epigenetics and work like from sort of Joe Dispenza and Greg Braden and others who are in this field right now, who are really bringing forward studies showing that it is how we are within and how our thoughts and our emotions are creating our reality. So it's about applying that to our own lives, and specifically in this case about, if I'm really, really specific about the attraction for a relationship, it's about feeling it within you as if you're already there. Not that you're aiming to get there, but it's about being there now.
Okay. Well, very interesting. And I think we just all have to join you on Saturday morning and
Sunday
morning. We'll have to join you on Sunday morning and hear more about what you have to say. And thank you so much, Matt.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, bye for now.
See you. Bye-bye.